Hi there, today we're going to be looking at solving simultaneous equations by substitution. Alright, so there are different ways of solving simultaneous equation. There's another video on elimination, which is a standard method, but ultimately substitution is one which is used for solving quadratic simultaneous equations, but of course it can be used for any, to be honest. Alright, so let's have a look in terms of what that means. So when we're looking at substitution, we are still looking to solve two equations, but we're going to look to rearrange one of them and then substitute what we have for that rearrangement into the other one. Okay, so let's have a look in terms of what that means. Right, so when I'm looking at this example, there's little work for me to do when I talk about rearrangement, because I've been told y is 4x. All right, so y is 4x. So if you've got something which it says y equals something, then that value of y can be replaced with 4x. All right, so this equation here can literally, this 4x can be substituted, hence the word, into here for y, because we've been told y is 4x. So that means 3x plus 4x equals 21. All right, and that's the emphasis of, and the idea of substitution is you find out what y equals in one of them, or x, and then whatever you've got, you substitute it into the other one. All right, so here we can replace y in 2 with 4x. All right, so that's what we're going to do. So 3x plus 4x equals 21. So 7x equals 21, and dividing both sides by 7, and x is equal to 3. Okay, but of course, don't forget that that's not the end of it. We always need to find out the value of y, so we're going to substitute the value of x into either of these equations, but of course, the one at the top is going to be by far the easiest. So 4 times 3 is going to give me 12, isn't it? All right, I'm substituting it in there, so y is equal to 12. All right, and that's that substitution. All right, so let's just look at one more example. Maybe it's a little bit more awkward because what we've got isn't as straightforward. It doesn't say at the top y equals, it doesn't say at the top x equals. All right, so we're going to try and rearrange it first. All right, so if I'm going to try and get this top one to look like the one on the left here, y equals, then I need to rearrange this top line first, don't I? All right, so that means I need to move the 3x across and change it to y equals 11 minus 3x. All right, so if I do that, you can see from there, so I've rearranged number 1 to make y the subject, so y is equal to 11 minus 3x. Right, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to substitute this 11 minus 3x into y there, into the second one. All right, and again, it has to be in the second one, so if I substitute it there, so I'm going to have 7x plus 2 lots of this, because that's y, equals 24. All right, so let's write that out. So here we go, 7x plus 2 lots of y equals 24. Okay, now we just need to expand all this. So this is where your skills of expanding a bracket kind of come into play. And again, if you're not sure of those, please look at one of those other videos about expanding a single bracket, but that's what we're going to do. So let's expand that bracket. So 7x plus 22, so 2 times 11, and then 2 times minus 3x is minus 6x. So we now have this. We're going to now simplify this. So we've got 7x minus 6x, which is 1x, plus 22 equals 24. So there you go, x plus 22 is 24. Take away the 22 from both sides to get rid of this 22 on the left, and that's going to leave me with an x value of 2. All right. Now, as we did with all the rest of these equations, when we're trying to solve simultaneously, we need to find the value of y also. So we'll substitute this value of 2 into, ideally the top one looks like the easiest one. So let's have a look. So 3 times 2, which is 6, plus y equals 11. So there you go, 6 plus y equals 11. Take away 6 from both sides, and therefore y is going to be 5. All right, so there you go, that's substitution for you. All right, so depending on your situation and depending on the circumstances, there is a few different approaches to solving simultaneous equations. This is substitution. All right, you will use this if probably dealing with an equation of a circle, or maybe you're dealing with a quadratic, where the idea of trying to eliminate something doesn't work. All right, you could try, and it's more probably easier to try and eliminate this one rather than rearrange and substitute. All right, so it really depends on what you've got in terms of which is the best approach. All right, personally with this kind of question, this one's covered in green here, I would have tried to eliminate this one by doubling this one at the top. All right, please look at the other lesson on solving an equation, simultaneous equation by elimination, and understand what I mean by that one. All right, but again, nothing wrong with either process. It's just got to decide which one is best based on the criteria of the kind of question. All right, well, like I said, as always, please have a look at some practice questions on maths-school.co.uk. The link is at the bottom as normal. But again, thanks for listening.